it does that too. So it'll do it all. Whatever it is for you or you or you, I mean, that's all individual. Otherwise, we would all be one big flesh blob. We would all share the same thing, right? But the certain state by which you feel free enough to perceive other states from, will not necessarily be the same as his, hers, or his. Which is why we have such a big universe and stars aren't packed together. That way, this star can have its, its light really presentable here, and this one can have it really presentable here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a physical universe. We're playing in a physical universe. It's just a backstroke into the spiritual foundation of it all. And there, it's a completely different experience. I mean, it is satisfaction. It's pure satisfaction all the time. You don't move. You don't go. There's no reason to. You don't get hungry. It's just wave after wave, or beat after beat if you take it that way. Pulse. Boom. And then you go, oh, wow. And you get that moment to savor it. And then, wow. Wow. Right? And every time it takes an out breath, it's like, wow. Every time it takes an in breath, you actually get to have you get a revel in it. You know what I'm saying? Because boom, boom. This is what you're perceiving. Now you're reveling in it. You're perceiving it again, and now you're reveling in it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the entire existence. It goes on and on and on and on. You never get bored. Because it is pure creation itself smacking you, and your whole being reacts to it. Your whole being starts reacting to itself. This is what it is. And to me, if I could visualize it, consciousness is this kind of, not a thing, it's just kind of this unwordable thing. That goes like this. Inside, little strands. And at the end of each one of them is something. You, even this chair, that light, that car, that building. Bing, 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 bing. What causes, the physical manifestation of things is that's where we come into play. Right? We create the atmosphere we're living in, the conditions we live in. We are basically overlaying this world on top of another one. Right? The whole psychic environment for plants, for animals, for bugs, for people create that. I mean, it comes close to that anyway. Because we're given the higher mind. We're given access to emotion. Dogs don't think. Cats don't think. They have instinct. That instinct, we create it. So when your animals start freaking out, you're creating what it's transmitting as instinct. The information it can get, its instinct, its connection to that information, it only goes as high as you. Right? So with everybody in a certain state, you're actually creating your environment. And all the chaos in it, and all the killing in it, and all the everything that goes on in it, we're creating it. By the way, our energy is vibrating. It's basically, we're shining this light against the screen, and this is the movie playing out. It's funny because I always kind of wondered, I know that 99% of the people out there, I know that when they sit by themselves, it's like they're sitting with a total stranger. They have no idea why they do what they do, why they feel the way they do. They know nothing about the person they're sitting with when they're alone. And I used to think, well, I shouldn't say that because, that's not nice. It's true.
It is true.
It's true.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't want to do the work it takes to get that.
Yeah, and it's no work at all.
Yeah.
Their idea of it being work comes from their ego mind playing in the physical world, because it's all right there. Right? This is work. To pick this chair up and move. It knows that. It knows there has to be some effort forward. But it doesn't realize that, no, that's not what it needs. It needs to get out of the way. So the energy that's flowing is being itself. Right? And then the cognizant, conscious mind can go, hey, I feel a little bit of a buzz. What is that? And then eventually, I mean, after some serious looking, they see it's them. It's their current emanation. That's what this thing's experiencing, is the being. It is now aligned with the being. Your being itself will never cut, it can't cut itself off from what made it. But you can. You can be cut off. The outward expression can be. Right? By what? By using the energy it has to neglect it. Pretty simple. It's simple, isn't it?
It is.
See, that it's the experience we're after, not the understanding.
Right.
Not the putting together the thoughts in such a way that I can accept them. No, we're after the actual experience of being alive in the body, of being fully awake in the body, of having our integrity and our dignity intact. For real. Not this, oh yeah, I have a lot of integrity and I'm a great guy. Look at someone and show them your level of integrity. Show them your level of dignity. And with work, it gets big. Without work, it gets big, I should say. Because it's no work. It's just honesty. It's openness. Because the minute you move the mind out of the way, there's no value system put on the way you feel. It's just raw. It's just information flowing through. And when you decide that the mind is not going to dictate to you who you are, that you're going to be what's looking out of your eyes, whether you know anything about it or not. What starts to flow is a natural progression back to its pure state. You can get involved, you can get your mind into it and stop it at any time. But if you don't, it just keeps going. It keeps going until you no longer appear here. And who knows where it goes from there? I don't. Maybe someone out there does. If they do, they need to get off their butt and start telling us. You know, the 12-step programs, BS. The affirmations, not going to do you much good. Not really. Not from the state we're all sitting here in America. I mean, if we were all kind of yogi gurus in India in some enlightened village, that would be fine. But we're not. We're people completely embedded in a physical mental state without allowing any emotional or spiritual understanding to flow into it. It all stops at thought. No, look at the way people understand things with words. Just doesn't tell you. Woman. Okay, am I done? Is that it? I understand? Yeah, it's a woman. It's got the features of a woman, so it's a woman. Done. It doesn't tell me anything about this.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. But I stopped there. I got the word. I got the word that is coded towards what this is, as far as I'm willing to look, and I'm done. And I understand now. It's kind of like, you go to the psychiatrist, sit there for 10 minutes, and he diagnoses you. So wait a minute, let me at least go through a full swing of the cycle that I'm on before you start analyzing me. Let me give you, get a little more juice here before you start making up your mind. That's like, wow, you can do that in 10 minutes. Because they're looking for one particular thing, and they're going to amplify that, and then they're going to run to their little terminology